Hi everybody, I'm back here for another week of art lessons, and this week we're going to be discussing the principle and design of movement as well as emphasis. So we're going to be drawing this picture of a girl she might be lying down in the water and her hair is moving all over the place, or maybe she's enjoying just some wind that's making her hair blow crazy, that's causing movement. So like last week we discussed that the principles incorporate how the elements of art are used. And again, let me repeat, our elements of art are color, line, shape, space, form, texture, and value. So we're slowly going through our principles. Let me describe to you what movement and emphasis are, so those principal designs. So movement is the principle of design that shows how your eye moves through the composition. So the composition is your work of art, and it's leading the attention of the viewer from one aspect of the work to another. It can also create the illusion of action. So our girl's hair has a lot of movement, a lot of action all around the page. The other principle of design is emphasis. And emphasis is used to make certain parts of an artwork stand out. It creates the center of interest or focal point. It is the place in which an artist draws your eye to first. So when we look back at this drawing, we see that the movement. So we have not only the movement of the hair flowing all in directions, but the movement's also bringing our attention to the girl here in the middle. So she is the point of interest, right? We're emphasizing her face, but the hair is moving around and the colors are moving, bringing our eye towards one point, which is the emphasis. So we're going to be creating this drawing. I used markers and Sharpies, and I used some colored pencil if you need a crayon. And like I always say, you can use any colors you want, any materials you want. Her face does not have to be realistic or tan. It can be any color you'd like. If you wanted to have a blue face, pink face, red face, any colors. If you wanted to add patterns to her hair, the artwork is free for you to do, but we just want to make sure you have that emphasis and that movement going on in your picture. All right, so we'll get to the drawing. All right, so here we are. We're ready to draw our picture here with movement and emphasis. So we're going to start on our girl, and then we'll work our way out and around, okay? So you can start with your pencil, but I do suggest if you have a black Sharpie, after you have drawn with the pencil, to go ahead and outline everything with the black Sharpie. I do believe that helps. So start with your pencil, but end up with a Sharpie. Okay, so first things first, I think we should start with her eyes. So her eyes are closed, so they're pretty easy to draw. So just kind of closer down to the bottom of the page here, we're going to draw one. It's just kind of like a little happy face, right? And then a little bit over, maybe like a finger widths apart, you're going to draw another one. Okay, so you have two little happy faces. Those are her eyes, they're closed. Now for the nose, her nose has some straight lines that come down and just a little curve on the bottom, right? So I'm going to start in between her eyes here, and I'm just going to come from here, a little bit above, and then just come down. And on this side, I'm going to do the same thing. And then all I need to do is connect with a curved line down here. Okay, and then we can move into her eyebrows. So her eyebrows, you're going to have continuing on here, one curve, and then another one. And they'll just extend out a tiny bit past the eye, right? And then we can do the same thing on the other side. Continue here, and continue here. And then her lips, all her lips are down below her nose. You'll have a sad face connected with a happy face, kind of have the shape of a football, kind of like an oval with points, and then you just need to have a line in between. Okay, So now all we need to do is finish drawing her face. I'm just going to start here on the side by these eyebrows, come around her eye, down below her chin, below her lips, and then down over here and connect. Okay, so we have her face all finished. It's a very easy drawing of a face, and so we do need a little bit of a neck. So down here you have one line here and one line here. We don't want her head just floating. Okay, so we don't need to draw necessarily the top of her head because we're going to draw some hair, right? So we're going to start, I started over here because maybe her hair has a part going this way. I'm going to start here and curve all the way down to her eyebrow. And then over here I'll do the same thing, curve to her eyebrow. Okay, so her face is done, right? So now all we need to do is add those curvy, wavy lines that are going to create that movement, correct? So here, I start up here. What I did was, because she had kind of like a little bit of a part. You can just go for it and start making your wavy lines. I kind of just made it like it was coming from this part of her head. So what I did was where that part where we started here, I just drew a line out. And that's where I started all my lines. So maybe one came this way to the edge of the page. And then I have another one here. One down here. And then I can go this way with this one. If this is a hairline here, I want to continue this one on here. Right? All the way to the page. So then we have another one here. And then some up here. Maybe one goes this direction. One comes to the top. Another one. Maybe one more. Actually, I think I liked on mine I had a little smaller one in here. Just to break it up. So you can add as many as you'd like, and that is pretty much it for the drawing. It's very easy if you just follow those instructions, and then you get to add all the color, right? So your color gets to be any that you want. I used, like I said, markers. So with the face here you can see, so I'll go ahead and show you guys how I colored the face. I did use a colored pencil, but I used a tan, and then I did add a little bit of some shading. You can see here up underneath where the hairline is, a little bit under the eyebrows here, okay, and in her neck. Okay, that wraps up week 6, and thank you so much for joining me again. I appreciate all of you. I do miss teaching in the classroom. I miss seeing all you kids and actually getting to watch you create, but I do appreciate so much everyone who shares our work with me, and I look forward to seeing these this week, and I'll be doing another one next week. All right, see you next time. Bye.